Hello everybody and welcome to Humans in the News. Well, I think this week we know already the story that I'm going to begin talking about. Yes, that's right, Trump is determined not to give up. He still truly believes that he has some sort of right to remain president, which is terrifying enough. But the fact that he can summon up this angry mob at will and then also is able to prevent any serious resistance being relied upon, wow, that's terrifying. But I think there's something more terrifying here. It's terrifying that it's actually taken an attempted coup for people to think, oh wow, maybe that Trump guy isn't that nice. Really? Really, people? But I think there's something more frightening. These people are not going to go away, and despite the weird speeches that Trump makes, his intentions are clear. He is not going to give up. And the clock is ticking. It's just days away. It's like a time bomb, and it hasn't been defused yet, and it won't be defused until Trump is gone. So I know we all really hoped that we'd left all of this craziness last year. 2021 was going to be better. Well, maybe the rest of it will once Trump is gone. But even then, when Uncle Joe takes power, these people are not going away. And Trump has made it very clear that they shouldn't give up without a fight. It's going to be a tense couple of weeks, people. All because some people would rather hang on to power than call Trump out for what he is. Well, there we go. But on a more cheery note, here's Blettin to talk about some nonsense.
Thank you, Zula. Well, in light of events this week, I would like to talk about a brand new trend that has only happened in the last 24 hours. Yes, a strange thing has happened to politicians across the globe. Those who had previously been big supporters of Donald Trump are suddenly condemning him. That's right, all of the people who clapped and cuddled and sucked up to him over the last 4 years have suddenly decided that he's not as nice as they thought. Given that all of these people, including Boris Johnson, or as Trump likes to call him, Britain Trump, absolutely true, people. Check it out. Anyway, given that all of these people have previously traded in on some sort of closeness or friendship or special acquaintance with Trump, it seems very odd that only now do they seem to have any sort of measure of the man. So I think that something must have happened at the turn of the new year that made people suddenly able to realise this. 2020 has been a full-on year. Perhaps it was the few days off that gave people time to reflect that suddenly made them go, oh yeah. I believe this is a common custom amongst you humans, that you like to take a moment at this time of year to reflect on these things. Yes, that must be it. It surely can't be the attempted armed coup. No, because if you really have been that close to Donald Trump, well, this can't have been a surprise, can it? No. Back to you, Zula.
Okay. As ever, Blettin. Thanks? I don't know. Sometimes I wonder, people. Between you and him, it's all a bit much. Anyway, now here's a word from our sponsor. Yes, it's that time of year again. Christmas has gone. January is here. But you know what? it's gonna be Christmas real soon again. And you know what that means? That's right, you need to save now. Save now for Christmas. Yes. Save for all of that food that you didn't eat and that you regret right now. Save for all of the rubbish that you've managed to throw away. Save now. Save for all of those toys where the little kid has opened them and then played with the boxes more than what was in them. Save now. Yes, that's right, because New Year isn't stressful enough. Save now. Join our saving scheme now and hope that by the time Christmas comes around, your money will still mean something. And while you're panicking, feel free to browse our website for some of our other products, including loans and lottery cards. Because basically, we just sell hope. Happy New Year, everybody! Join now! Also in the news this week, one of my favourite humans. Yes, that's right, Elon Musk is now the richest man in the world. Yeah, and the funny thing is that he's taken quite a lot of stick for it, which doesn't seem entirely fair to me. I know that over the course of my time here on Earth, I have poked a little bit of fun at him. He's a complicated character. I think sometimes you humans have a tough time with people who are successful. Just because we're watching him now, he hasn't always been this successful. He hasn't always been this rich. I mean, Musk has made it very clear that he's thinking of the future. He wants cars that don't rely on fossil fuels. He wants new energy, new technology. He wants, and I'll try not to break into song now, he wants life on Mars. And he's prepared to use his personal, newly acquired fortune to fund that. Still a bad guy? I don't know, I'll keep you updated. I'll be watching. Very fine line between rich, future-thinking philanthropist and megalomaniacal, arrogant idiot. Well, let's see how this pans out. Now, over to Kure with, well, I'm not even going to bother calling it the weather anymore. What have you got, Kure? Well, thank you, Zula. And yes, we are going to call it weather because this week the big question is whether or not you humans are completely insane. Wow, my goodness. It's hard to know where to start. But since they seem to have done all the exciting stuff, that makes it more important that I talk about a story that almost got completely ignored in all of this. And it is just as baffling. A Danish cartoon has been launched. Stick with me because I can't believe what I'm about to say either, where the main character has a very long penis. Seriously, this is a kids program. A cartoon for children. Wow, I don't know what is wrong with you people. I think 2020 happened and you took it as a challenge. Wow. Just to see what else you could really go crazy with this year. So of course there's been outrage. Wow. Because why wouldn't there be? I mean, I'm not even sure that I have to explain this. If I have to explain why this is so bizarre, then I think you people are beyond help. I mean, I'm starting to wonder why I even came to this planet. Anyway, as you can imagine, a lot of people have been upset. And there's also a lot of people saying, you know what, that's the sort of thing that kids laugh at, which is true. And some adults too, I have discovered. But kids laugh at lots of things, you know. Doesn't mean you have to do it. Anyway, let's see if that stays on air much longer. Who knows what I'll have to report on next week, but for now, meow. Back to you, Zula. Meow. And this week's special mention goes to Elizabeth of Knoxville. Yes, I'm sure that we have all seen the footage of this poor distressed woman complaining that she's just been maced. Don't feel sorry for her for being distressed or for being maced. Feel sorry for her because she honestly thought that she would be able to stroll into the Capitol building for her revolution, as she calls it, completely unopposed. That's why we should pity her, because it seems that she will not learn her lesson even now. So I can only hope that since she gave her name and where she lives, she has been arrested. And maybe we can take it as some sort of comfort that these people are really quite simple. And maybe this makes it more frightening, because she obviously decided not to exercise any judgment for herself. So there we go, Elizabeth. They don't come more special than you. And assuming that 2021 doesn't have anything else up its sleeve and is in this sort of nature, I will see you again next week for more Humans in the News.